I'm with Sandy Pickett and Rose Ann Hardy, and they are with the Designing Girls and Company, which is a new service business you've started here in Brunswick County. So welcome to Brunswick Biz.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us about the Designing Girls and Company and why you decided to start this business.
Well, I recently moved back to the area, and so I needed something to do, and this has always been special to my heart. So I realized that in today's economy, a lot of people cannot or do not feel that they can afford to redo or redecorate their homes or businesses. So what we focus on mainly is going into a residence or a business. We do commercial as well, and we actually utilize things that the people already own, and we reinvent them to use them a different way in different venues to just refresh and renew the whole, a whole house or room or whatever, you please.
Okay, so tell us about how you and Sandy kind of got together and
well, that's easy. We grew up together.
Okay,
We're cousins. We grew up together, and I studied design years ago, and I'd keep studying a little bit, and then I'd go back and I would study some more. And Sandy studied it in New York School of Design.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have some experience.
Mm-hmm. Have some
That's
experience.
Good. Okay, so it's a bit different than the typical design company where you seem to go in and like what you see on TV, people go and they just strip the whole house full and redo it. So tell us about the first thing that you would do when you meet with a client.
It's listen to what they have to say about their lifestyles, their preferences, what makes them comfortable. We can go in. That's one thing about using what they already own. People have collected things. Some things have been given to them. They didn't mean to collect them, but they have things in their homes that they love. And you need to still incorporate that when you're redoing a home, whether you replace everything or not. So in listening to them, you need to know what their needs are. So that's the most important thing initially to do.
Okay, so once you've met with them, what would be the next step in the process? Would you come in and at that point you kind of take a look at what they have and everything?
We do. It would be a consultation, where we sit down and we ask them questions, and then we actually go through a consultation with them. We can do a layout of our ideas, or we can just discuss it. Sometimes they might want to just start with one room, or they might want you to do the whole house. But actually what we do is we don't just rearrange the room. We pull from all over the house so that we do a new interpretation of something that maybe they had in an upstairs bedroom. And that is reinventing for them and giving them a fresh look, a new look with something maybe that they never imagined.
Okay. Tell us about what would be really popular right now in design. You worked with some clients so far. I know you've restarted up recently. What has been the hot trend, so to say?
I think because people are so busy today, it's comfort, and when you go through the day and you are from like 6 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock or 7 in the evening, and you come home, you want a place that's serene and welcoming and comfortable, and it's your space. And it really kind of helps you just slough off the crummy details, of living when you come into something that you can use totally, not just naturally relax, but it affects your psyche also. But one of the things that today that we have to consider is electronics. Everybody has multiple electronics in their homes, and people, you can actually integrate those into aesthetically into the room and still have it beautiful without the intrusion of all this electronic stuff. And because people depend on that 24/7.
Right, they want to have their TV in their living room now. A lot of people like to mount it on the wall, but it doesn't need to be sticking out of the wall with wires going everywhere. You find a way to make it really work in that room, in that
aesthetically,
space.
so that it is aesthetically pleasing to have that. It's convenient. We want to make it convenient first of all, because when you're tired and you're home and you need to use that you know, equipment.
At the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to fuss with it. You want it to be easily accessible, but it's nice to have it aesthetically beautiful also. I mean, we've done things where we hang a wall of pictures maybe over a desk, and then right there we have a monitor. You know, you can put it on the wall and then pull out the drawer and there's a keyboard, and it's that easy. So, and it just looks like a framed, you know, not a picture per se, but it's integrated in that
space.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell us about the property we're at here. This home, you've redone it. We are in a sunroom on the back of the house that before you were telling me that this room wasn't used a whole lot by your client, but now you've turned it into a really workable, welcoming space.
Well, what we did, when we came to this house, all of this furniture in this room was pushed up against the wall. It was mainly just a traffic area to the deck. So, I mean, it literally, everything was against the wall. And so what we did was, as you can see behind me, we divided the room. They needed the desk. They needed to be able to utilize the desk, the copier, all the equipment that you see that's behind the sofa on the desk. So they have two areas in here now, plus the seating area is a lot warmer. It's easier to converse, you know, you're closer together, so there's more of an intimacy within the room instead of just like, he's over there and she's over there, you know.
The first time that the gentleman came in, the homeowner, and he walked in this room, he said, well, now we'll use this room. So it's, you know,
they saw the difference.
He saw a big difference, yeah.
And that's one of the things that you both do. You bring that sense of purpose to different rooms that people couldn't, may have not been able to see before.
Right.
We like to think we're doing that.
Yeah.
Sandy, I wanted to touch again on one important point. How are you different than a regular furniture and design company? The
difference that we make, you know, for our client is that, you know, we're going everywhere and looking. And like in this particular client's home, she wanted us to, you know, redesign what she owned, but she also had set aside a little budget that she had saved, you know, for us to go out and shop for some things for her home. Okay. And we use their money like we would want them to use our money. We're going to stretch your dollar, and we're going to go find you the very best deal possible. In the den area, in the living room, that's in the other room in there, a perfect example is that rug that's on the floor. She wanted a natural rug. And so we started looking, and we looked everywhere for a rug. And they're really pricey. We even went online, and we looked and we looked. We went everywhere, high and low, looking for a rug. We finally found one at a great steal for her. And matter of fact, when we found it and we were in the room, it was hanging, and I told Roseanne, I said, you go get somebody to get this rug down, because I am not leaving it because nobody else is coming here and getting this rug. So that's the difference that we're going to be for a client. We're going to go everywhere and get you the very best price possible for your need in your home.
That's fantastic to know that y'all go the extra mile.
We really will.
You don't just stick with the one or two suppliers that some designers may have. You search high and low, every corner from, you know, everywhere.
We do.
That's awesome.
The thing is, I didn't mean to interrupt, it's basically, the bottom line is we love to make things pretty. I mean, that is just, we love pretty things, and we love to make things pretty. It's like a rush when we do that. So
and it's important. Yeah. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't be looking outside at the beauty that God's created. It is important. Absolutely. And it makes a difference in how you feel, you know, when you're surrounded.
Your well-being. It's like on the back of our business card. We talk about that.
Right.
It's important to your well-being, you know, what type of home you come home to. And that's very relevant to our lives.
Home should feel like home.
It should, and be comfortable.
Okay. Tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you.
Well, you can reach us by phone. My number is 910-269-7129.
910-233-3223.
And then we have a website that you can go to. It's thedesignginggirlsandcompany.com. and it's all spelled out. And we also have a Facebook page
right,
that they can check us out,
okay,
learn
so
more
on
about
social
us.
media, you can so that way our viewers can keep in touch with you and see what y'all are doing out
Right.
there. Okay, thank you, Sandy and
Yes.
Roseanne, so much for being on the show. It was great meeting you.
Well, we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.